everybody. It's been a while since I've done a video. Today is Monday, March 11th. It's just shortly after noon, and I think you can see it over here in the distance is St. Simons, Georgia, St. Simons Light there, and way back there is the bridge that leads into Brunswick, Georgia. And right now, Magnolia and I are heading out the St. Simons Inlet. That's St. Simons Island on our port side, and that's Jekyll Island on the starboard side. Anyway, we're heading out to do an overnight run to Beaufort, South Carolina. And we're going to be hopefully time it so that we'll get there about daylight, stop at the Safe Harbor Beaufort Marina and refuel, and then we have a slip reservation at Ladies Island Marina so that I can pick up the outboard that died on me on the way down. They repaired it at Butler Marine, which is right across the street from Ladies Island Marina. And so hopefully this will all work out. There is one bridge in Beaufort, and it doesn't open at all between 6:30 a.m. and 9, and then from 9 until 3 it only opens on the hour. So it's gonna take some timing to get fuel, get through the bridge, and then Ladies Island Marina is on the north side of the bridge. But, like I said, it's been a while since I posted a video, and the last one I was pretty bummed out about the insurance thing with the Bahamas. Geico Boat US wouldn't give me a rider, Bahamas rider, on my regular policy, and so I've called and talked to a number of different insurance companies, and they're gonna, well, I'll probably when I get back to Solomon's, I'll haul out, have a survey, and then that will open up a lot of options. Have taken my time leaving Florida. Made a leisurely way back up north. Did not do any offshore passages in Florida. So just came up the ICW. I stopped off at a few favorite anchorages at Stewart, Florida. There's a anchorage right outside of the Marriott Resort, and there's a public park under the causeway that goes from Stewart over to, I think it's Hutchinson Island, and the anchorage is over on the Hutchinson Island side, and there's a park with a boat ramp and a place you can tie up your dinghy, and so very convenient. There's a Publix supermarket about maybe a mile away, so I could walk there and stock up and then get an Uber back. And Uber coverage was very good, so if you're heading that way, I'd recommend that. There's also a museum there, the Elliott Museum, and I'd stopped there on the way down and seen a sign in the window saying that I think February through May or something like that, that the King Tut exhibit was going to be there. So So on the way back up, I spent an afternoon touring the Elliott Museum. It was neat. The King Tut stuff was there, but they have a huge antique car collection there as well, and that was worth the trip just to see that. And I think it was like $16 or something to get in. Anyway, nice way to spend an afternoon. And then there's a marine conservancy place there. I didn't tour that, but maybe next trip down we'll hit that as well. Well, you can see that we're bobbing up and down a little bit. The forecast, I was originally going to do this yesterday, but the forecast improved quite a bit. Yesterday and evening and early this morning was supposed to have been winds in the mid-20s, gusting in the mid-20s, and waves 2 to 3 feet. And today it's supposed to be 15 to 20 and 1 to 2 feet. So don't know if we've got that right. Like I said, you can see it bobbing up and down a bit. We haven't even gotten out of the channel yet. That could be part of the problem. But I'm hoping the further north we get, this evening and tonight, the smoother it will be. It's really supposed to be relatively calm for the wind-wise for the next 2 or 3 days, which is unusual this winter. It's been one blow after the next, and for those of you that watched my last offshore video, you can see that I did get a mount for my other iPad that is running my radar remote screen. I can control the radar from here, change the distance and all that. I really don't need it right now, but it will come in handy tonight. But I haven't used it since my last offshore passage, so I wanted to make sure everything works all right. I came into Brunswick Landing Marina from, well, I was at Fernandina Beach for 2 or 3 nights, and I had a much better stay there this time. I didn't have to chase my anchor all the way around the anchorage like I did the last time when it was blowing 45 knots. And good size power boat. So that was much more enjoyable. I didn't go ashore there, but from Fernandina I came up to Brunswick Landing on Friday of last week, and was just planning on staying Friday and Saturday, and then leaving Sunday morning and doing this offshore thing, yesterday and this morning. But it was blowing, and the forecast just wasn't hitting on much. So anyway, I stayed an extra night there, but they have a wine social Monday, Wednesday, and Friday every week. So I caught the Friday wine social. Ow. that might have been from that power bit. Caught that Friday evening, and that was fun. Talked to some other sailors, compared notes, and then Saturday morning did laundry at their, well, actually they have 2 laundry rooms there, and so I did it at the South laundry room, and then walked down to a little supermarket. I think it's primarily Hispanic oriented. Had a lot of Mexican and Hispanic foods and brands and stuff, but had pretty good produce, and I got some chicken and a few other things. So I'm good to go for a while, and hopefully. This is the St. Simon's Inlet that we're going out, and have one catamaran out in front of us. Looks like another powerboat or something coming in. Brunswick is a fairly busy seaport. It's not like Savannah or Charleston or anything, but some of you might recall that there was a big car carrier that overturned coming in or coming out of this I think it was coming in of this inlet, and it took them about a year to cut that thing up and remove it. Anyway, I'll probably take another video this evening, probably when we are going through the channel off of I think it's Tybee Roads, the inlet going into Savannah, and that was pretty hairy the last time coming down here, and I have to cross that, and then we'll be going in at Port Royal Sound to head up towards Beaufort. But anyway, that's about all I have for now. Stay tuned. Okay, everybody, as promised earlier, well, it's almost 1 a.m. on Tuesday morning, I guess March 12th, and this is the second part of our overnight passage from Brunswick, Georgia to Beaufort, South Carolina, and we're currently approaching the Tybee Roads channel, which is the entrance to Savannah, Georgia, and we're going fairly slow because I don't want to make the trip up Port Royal Sound in the dark, so we're trying trying to time this so we have some daylight. You can see that there are some ships at anchor. Those gray circles are ones that aren't moving. The arrow is two of them that came out Tybee Roads earlier, and they're still moving. And there we are down there, and we're heading for a gap between two pairs of channel markers. And I've got the radar zoomed out to 6 nautical miles, and you can see from the range circles that we're a little over 4 miles to the channel. These are the markers right there, and you can see our speed over ground and course over ground there on the side. So that's working out pretty good. I'll take you up front. I don't know whether you can see the channel markers flashing, but there's one pair. There's a red and a green right here, and then there's another pair over there. And of course you can see the bow lights on Magnolia. And then these lights over here are the ships that are at anchor. And I guess they're waiting to go in to unload or to load up, whatever. And then Savannah is off in the distance that way. Since I took the earlier video as we were going out of St. Simon's Inlet from Brunswick, once I got out the inlet and made the turn, I put the main up, and even though the wind was pretty much on the nose, it was supposed to shift around in the early afternoon, and it didn't. And so after a couple of hours of the mainsail flogging itself to death, I finally dropped it. So we've just been motoring ever since. But about dark, the wind did finally shift. And now you can see it's coming from the I guess that's southwest, maybe. Still got an annoying amount of swell here. I noticed that I shifted everything around. Got the autopilot doing its thing, and I'm afraid to lean back when my captain's seat is sitting on top of those things. It's the only thing keeping it from going back is that one line across, and then of course the dinghy. So that's much more comfortable being able to lean back over here. As you can see, arrival time at this speed is almost 10 o'clock. I'll slow down a little bit. 36.4 nautical miles to go out of the original 107. We're getting there. Maybe you can see some of these lights flashing. The ones on the left are easier to see than the ones on the right. But we appear to be heading straight up the middle. I think I've had 4 cups of coffee since dark. I'm about coffeeed out for now. And with the wind changing directions, blowing the exhaust fumes from the stern back up into the cockpit. And starting to get a little bit of a headache from that. But I did roll up the front window on the Dodger, so that's got a little more airflow through here now. So hopefully I won't asphyxiate before the end of the trip. All right, well, I had promised I would tack on a little bit around Tybee Roads. There you have it. If you enjoy these videos, then go ahead and hit the like button, and if you haven't already, then subscribe. Okay, that's all for now.